So why would I ask to do something that I'm allowed to do anyway when you're going to say no?
It's a private company. I don't know how you're allowed to film public places. Yes, I know you've got every right to film wherever you want. People on public places, anything on public places, inside police stations, public buildings, anything. But this is private, not public.
Hey guys, welcome to another instalment of Northern Audits, and today we're going to take a look at DECRA. I think it's DECRA anyway. D-E-C-H-R-A, DECRA Chemicals. Well, pharmaceuticals even, sorry. Yeah, here we are. It looks like quite a nice building actually, but what we'll do is we'll read the bump first. So, it says, our business, our purpose is to sustain improvement of global animal health and welfare. So it's animal pharmaceuticals. So DECRA is a global specialist in veterinary pharmaceuticals and related products and businesses. Our expertise is in the development, manufacture and marketing and sales of high quality products. So they're exclusively for veterinarians worldwide, so you can't get their products if you're not a vet. It says they are a global leader in endocrinology. I can't even say that. That's ridiculous. Can anyone else help me out there in the comments? So endocrinology. I might have got it right there. Topical dermatology, and they have a broad portfolio of anaesthetics and products for treatment of pain. So that's in animals and stuff. So I can imagine this place has got quite a lot of well, deliveries of chemicals and such like, with it being a pharmaceuticals place. So this is gate 1. The goods in.
You're taking photos. It looked like you were taking photos.
Yes, yeah, I'm doing a little recording of the place.
You're not allowed to, of this company.
Not allowed to of this company?
This company is non-consignor, we're not allowed anything out.
Non-consignor? What does that mean?
It means that we're registered with government for sending stuff out.
Oh, right, but that doesn't stop me kind of doing a little kind of...
as long as you do it off the... You can't get any of the premises in.
Oh, I am doing, that's what I'm doing, I'm filming the premises as well, yeah.
It's not a public place, you can, up to the barriers, fine. But because this is private property, you cannot do it.
Why is that?
Because you can't. It's registered, but I'm not going into it. But you can't take videos of the company and the product that we send out.
Of course I can. Here, can I just tell you one more thing?
Property, you can't.
Hello and welcome. In this audit, we're at a pharmaceutical facility, an environment employees regard as extremely restricted. As soon as the auditor steps onto the public sidewalk, he's confronted with a claim that recording is not permitted. This immediately raises a familiar question about boundaries that at what point does a company's internal policy stop applying, and where do public rights take over? The first security guard speaks with confidence, but the explanation behind that stance appears weak. Let's find out whether it stands up to scrutiny.
I'm about to fly a drone over and get some aerial shots.
No!
I'm definitely going to do that now.
Right, well I'll be reporting you then. I'll go to higher bosses because you're not allowed
to the higher bosses?
Yeah.
Just tell them there's a guy here with a camera and a drone.
Yeah, and they'll go mental.
They'll go mental?
Yeah, you're not allowed to do it.
There you go, she's still shouting, she's shouting nowhere. Unbelievable. Right, so not allowed to do it because that was a pretty flimsy argument, that one, really. You're not allowed to do it just because you're not allowed to do it. Anyway, right, what we'll do is we'll have a look at the rest of the gates pretty shortly, gate 2 and gate 3, but she's obviously got to get someone, so hopefully they'll probably just kind of let her know that you know, it's not something, it's something that's out of their control basically, isn't it? So there we are. And we've got more people coming by the looks of it. Reverse parking without a banksman. No reverse parking. Hey, you alright? Say again, sir.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good. You?
Are you What, are you taking videos or photos of our site?
Yeah, I'm just going to walk the perimeter and just get basically all the sighting on camera, well, record it basically, and then I've got my drone with me in my backpack today. I'm going to fly over the building to get into, basically people will be interested in what's going on inside here, won't they? So I'm going to fly over, get some aerial shots, and then that's it really, kind of.
Okay, are you from a company?
No, not from a company.
Security fees for non-consignor though, isn't it?
Yeah, no, don't worry, Jane, I'll take care of it. So we can't allow any full filming of our site because of the nature of what we do. We're a pharmaceutical factory. We're Home Office registered with the licences. Security is the utmost, so we can't allow any filming or footage without consent on our site, buddy.
You can't.
No.
Oh, I can. That's what I mean. I'm allowing it for myself, if you know what I mean, because it's just.
But you can't film on our site, but you can't film our site.
I've just spoke to this lady here, she said the same thing. What prevents me from doing that?
Because of the highly sensitive nature of the work we do, it's a risk to our security. If you do that, we're basically filming our entire site. I could think that you're scoping our site out to burglars.
Well, yeah, you could think anything, couldn't you, really? You could think anything, really, couldn't you? You could think, yeah.
You could not. I mean, I don't want to fall out about it, but I mean, listen, how about I'll call the police and let me get their steer on it, because I'm not an expert, but obviously if someone's filming the site, it's gonna raise alarm bells from a security standpoint.
Right from the start, the interaction doesn't quite meet expectations. The principle here is straightforward. Filming from a public place is typically permitted. The guard's insistence that recording the building from a public walkway isn't allowed is mistaken. Mentioning that the site is registered with authorities does not establish any special restriction on filming.at this point. A manager steps in. Let's see whether his response shows a better understanding of the situation.
But if I call the police and get their thoughts on it and see what they think.
But when you call the police, what are you going to do? Are you going to just like dial 999 or something like that?
I'm going to call the police and just say, look.
On what number?
I don't know yet.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, I'll have a bit and just say, look.
I'll be gone by the time they get here though, if you ring like 101 or whatever, and you can't dial 999, can you?
I'm not going to call, I'm going to call 111.
Yeah, I'll be gone by the time you even get through to them on that number.
Okay, but can I ask what's the reason and the nature of why you're doing this?
Yeah, literally it's just for social media, so people will be really interested in the kind of the goings on, like what's actually going on and stuff, and you know, obviously I'll be filming from the outside, I'm not coming on, but the drone will be going in and just having a little look, you know, into the airspace above.
We don't give you consent to do that. You can't send a drone over our site and have them film our site.
Why?
Because it's against our security policy.
Oh, yeah, your policy though, not law. It's not against the law, is it?
That's fine, but I don't know what the laws or drones are, but I would be fairly confident to think that surely it's not right to bring a drone onto private property and start filming our site. I mean, what if that drone landed on someone and hurt them? Just from a safety standpoint.
Yeah.
You know, what if there's a wagon, what if it distracts someone and they get injured? It's just, I can't, it's not right. Surely it can't be right. I can't say it's not legal because I don't know the law, but that's why I want to check with the police. I want to get their steer on it, but for me, can you stop what you're doing at the moment just whilst I find out from the police?
No, I've literally come a long way today to have a look at this place, to get this footage, so I'm going to continue, and obviously I'll probably be gone by the time you get through to 111, but I'll just correct you on that. It is actually legal to fly a drone over anywhere really, apart from a flight restriction zone.
I know you're filming us at the moment, but the other thing is, I don't consent to you filming me. Oh,
you don't need a consent, you've just walked up to the camera, you know what I mean? If you don't want to be filmed, you know what I mean, you might as well just not
but if that footage appears of me, I don't want my footage of me on YouTube. You know, surely that's going to breach our privacy.
No, you kind of come to me. You're in public. We're in public. You know what I mean?
Because we have serious concerns about you filming our site from a security standpoint.
And hopefully,
we're a pharmaceutical manufacturer. We can't have people filming our site because it's going to jeopardise our security. Somebody could look at that footage and scope out our entire site and look at how the best way to burglars is.
Could they not do that with Google Maps?
No.
Why?
Because you're going to a much further detail. Yes, they could, but you're one about flying a drone in and going to full detail of our site.
The manager's argument about privacy reflects a frequent misconception. In public spaces, individuals generally do not have a reasonable expectation of privacy. When staff choose to approach the camera and engage on a public walkway, the expectation is usually no longer applicable. The auditor is justified in rejecting this point, just as he did earlier regarding drone regulations. with the manager now contacting police, the situation begins to escalate.
You know, like what we call the walk of shame.
It's not a walk of shame for me.
It is. You watch, go on. Off you go.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Hey, you can see everything from here. Wow. Do you want to have a look?
No, I don't.
Told you you'd be walking back in.
No, I'm going for my fucking door. I ain't doing no walk of shame.
Landing.
He's talking to the police.
I'm talking to the police now.
Why would that bother me?
Well, the thing that gets me is you're leaving your face covered as well.
No, I'm not, look.
Oh yeah, you were because you've had your mask on all the time.
No, I had a mask up. I haven't got everything covered, have I? I've got a what do they call it, and I've got a surgical mask on.
Oh yeah, it's still covering your face, isn't it? So no one can see who you are. Why don't you go and ask people if you can video them instead of just doing it? Or you just do it to wind people up?
Well, how would I ask? How would I? You would be even more.
Reception there. You can buzz to go into reception and go into reception and ask.
Yeah, but I always film. So it's not fair, is it, if I walk into reception and film the receptionist, is it? So I always have to film because I have to keep a record of what happened, because sometimes when people phone the police, not saying you guys will, but sometimes people lie to the police. They'll say things like, oh, this, or this, that, because the police won't come.
Act rather than just filming stuff.
Why would I ask? That doesn't make sense, does it? It's what, polite to ask before you start filming a private company. But why would I though? Because the thing being, if I ask, you would say no.
Probably.
Yeah, but so
It's
what?
common courtesy to ask before you start filming a private company.
So why would I ask to do something that I'm allowed to do anyway when you're going to say no?
It's a private company. I don't know how you're allowed to film public places. Yes, I know you've got every right to film wherever you want. People on public places, anything on public places, inside police stations, public buildings, anything. But this is private, not public.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter, does it? There's no law that says you can't film a private building, is there? You're wrong. You've just come out, you've rushed out into it, haven't you? You've embarrassed yourself.
We're a Home Office governed bloody company.
The auditor's expectation of an awkward return turned out to be accurate. The key takeaway here is to understand your rights and stay composed. The manager's position relied on internal rules rather than legal authority, and it unraveled quickly, however. When the guard comes back, her reasoning highlights a serious confusion about an important difference. She's about to show just how strongly she holds onto that misunderstanding.
Hey, so, yeah, I think we got bored a bit there, so what I'm going to do is literally just have a little walk around here. It does look like she's shadowing me. She's running, look! Oh my god. Yeah, she's running to get round. What'd be funny is if she comes back here, I might just walk back to gate 1 and then back to gate 2 again, just to see whether or not she can keep up. Anyway, this is the reception. This is the one that I apparently could buzz through to. It is gate 2, obviously, like we say, the reception. And we've got this lady, we've got somebody coming out, look. It's just, this lady's back again, look. And then we've got the buzzer. I think that's the buzzer that we kind of buzz in, swipe the card. Try not to get this personal card because I know what I like. I know I can do it, but I don't mind up, doesn't she? So we've got this lady here again. What's your name?
I'm not telling you. You don't need that.
All right, but it's courteous to identify, though, isn't it? If you enforce.
Have you identified yourself?
I don't need to. I'm not enforcing security for a building. Right. Okay then. So we've got yeah, that's it really. You've got your visitors parking to that side. It is quite a low building, if you know what I mean. So there's not lots of floors and stuff, but with it being so flat, it is quite there's quite a lot of ground to make up, so you have to walk around the whole lot. They have got electric charge points at there. She's following me again. Am I okay to give you a nickname, or would you be offended?
I'd be very offended.
Okay, I won't do that then. Okay. She is very offended if I call her a nickname, if I made a nickname up for her, so I'm not here to offend people, so I just wanted to refer to the lady. I just call her the lady. So around this side, oops, she's there still, she's keeping pace. This looks interesting. When I had the drone up, I could see at the back, this looks like the interesting part. So we've seen the gate one, and we've seen the reception, and this is the bit here.
The guard's argument remains incorrect. The key point is that recording private property from a public location is generally allowed. She is mixing up two separate issues: entering private land without permission and capturing footage of that land while standing in a public space. Her decision to continue following the auditor comes across as unprofessional, particularly when he maintains a polite tone, even going as far as asking if he can address her by a nickname.
Just making sure the drone's secure. So what is it that you're after, sorry?
So we're just here to find out what exactly it is that you're doing.
What I'm doing?
Yes.
Well, just flying a drone and doing some photography.
Right, for any purpose?
Yeah, my own purpose.
Right, okay. Well, this facility here, as I'm sure you just overheard, they basically don't want people flying drones over and capturing footage over their site.
Well, that's a bit tough.
Why is it a bit tough? You explain that to me.
What do you mean?
What's the weight of the drone?
The weight of this drone is 249 grams.
Right, okay. So it's classed as what in your eyes?
It's just a toy, is this?
Right, okay. So have you had the camera turned on to record footage?
I'd rather not say.
Pardon?
I'd rather not say.
Right. Well, why would you rather not say?
I don't need to do it. I'm just here flying the drone, and you two have come over just bothering me, basically.
I'm not bothering you.
Oh, like that. Oh.
Why have you put it away?
What do you mean, why have I put it away?
That's a simple question, why have you put it away?
I've literally just finished the drone show.
The drone show?
Yeah. Yeah, just making a show. Making a
drone show?
I make drone shows, basically. I fly over a building, just make a drone show, that's it.
Right.
And what do you do with the footage?
I'd rather not say that.
Yeah,
I'm
just
We're
curious.
just asking
Yeah.
a question, that's all.
I've got a drone. I just want to know what you do with the footage.
I'm just a bit confused as to why you are so cagey about me asking questions.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not cagey, it's just that I've got stuff to be doing, you know what I mean? And you've come over, you've asked me a couple of questions. I'm literally just tell you what I'm doing. I'm here, I'm just flying my drone, I'm just doing a bit of filming out in public, and that's it really, that's all you need to know.
Well, do you mind giving us your details?
My details?
Yes, your details.
I'd rather not.
Well, that's not the answer to the question that I asked though, is it? Would you mind, as in, are you going to, or are you going to refuse?
It depends what section of the law you're using when you request those.
I'm not using any section of the law.
Yeah, I'd rather not then, you know, that's...
Why, do you think that you're guilty of committing a criminal offence? Because if you do, then I've got a power to demand that you give me your name.
Do I think I'm... No, it's the other way around.
Skirting around legislation.
Yeah.
The officer's attention shifts to the auditor's mask, seemingly as a way to weaken his stance. However, the important principle is that one person's desire for privacy does not override another individual's legal rights. His impatience becomes noticeable as he pushes for quick answers, aiming to wrap things up. Despite this, the auditor stands firm, correctly recognizing that cooperating simply for convenience isn't necessary when no law has been violated.
I've been through the reasons. I don't have to. I don't want to. That's not what I'm here for. I don't feel the need to stop and account for myself when I'm doing a fully legal activity. I'm just out in public, doing a fully legal activity. I'm not going to stop and account for myself.
What's your intention now? To continue recording?
I'm not going to say anything more, to be honest with you. You can just guess, do your guesswork now if you like. I'm not going to go straight away. I've got some more bits to do before I leave, so You'll be going before me, kid.
Glad you're so cooperative. Thank you very much for your time.
What was that, sir? I missed that.
Glad you're so cooperative and thank you very much for your time.
Alright, thank you.
This interaction highlights 3 important lessons. First, understanding the basic rules around filming in public is essential for any audit. Second, individuals are generally not obligated to identify themselves unless an officer can point to reasonable suspicion tied to a specific offense. Third, the final drone launch reinforces that lawful actions do not depend on approval from security staff or law enforcement. Throughout the encounter, the auditor remained steady and composed, showing that clear knowledge and calm behavior are the most effective tools in these situations. What are your thoughts on the officer's approach? Share your view in the comments and subscribe for more detailed breakdowns. This content is for educational purposes only and should not be taken as legal advice. Always verify the laws in your area.